Right now we have the QA done, assuming it works. And what we need to do now is make sure we call this in an API route so we can call it from the front end of that form that we created with our input. So let's make a new API route. We'll go to API slash, instead of doing slash journal, we'll just do API slash question. And make a route.ts in there if you're using TypeScript. And we'll make this a post request. So I'll just export const post. Like that. And we'll need the request because we need to get the question that you ask. So we'll get the request here. And then to get the request, or to get the question from the request, we can just say, we'll destructure this. So it'll be an object because we'll send up an object that has a question property on it. And that's going to be from request.json. Like that. And then we need to get the user because we got to find all the user's entries. So we need to know who this user is. And we have our utility for that, which is get user by clerk ID. And then now we just need to get all the entries. So we can say entries equals await. We bring in Prisma dot journal entry dot find many. For now, we'll just find them all. That where user ID is user.id. And I really only want to select the entries, or I'm sorry, the content, because we're only using, or we're making the docs. Yeah, we're only really, no, I guess we're using the ID created at and content. So I'm only going to select those. So I think ID is already there, but I'm just going to put it anyway. It always comes with an ID. We want content, and then we want created at. Why do I do this? It's just performance on the database. The database grabs less data, it moves faster. And it's, less memory. That's going to be, if this was 100,000 entries and each entry had 30 properties on it, it's a smaller memory footprint if I only select 3 properties. So we got that, and now we can ask the question. So we can say, give me the answer, await the QA function from AI, and it takes in our question, and it takes in our entries. And then we'll just send that back on next response.json. Always sending back on a data prop for me and send back the answer. Okay, so we have that. Now we just need to make a utility function in our API utils. We'll make one that's called ask question. So export const ask question. It's going to take in a question. It's going to be async. And I'm just going to copy this whole thing, paste that. And post is good. It's not slash journal, it's slash question now. And we just need to pass up a body with a JSON stringify of an object that has a question property on it. And that's it. Any questions on that? Okay, we are almost there. What we need to do now is hook this up to our form being submitted and do something with the response, assuming any of this works. So let's do that. I'll just close all my windows there. So we'll go back to the app page in the journal. we'll go to the question. And here we go. So handle submit. It's an async function now. And we just want to get the answer. So we can say answer equals await, ask the question, which is from @util/API. The question is just going to be value. I'm going to do some loading states here because it's going to take a long time to come back, I'm guessing. So I'll just say loading, set loading. Set loading true when we start. Set loading false when we're done. Also clear the input. So value, set value to empty string. So we got our answer, and then I need some state to keep track of the answer. So I'll make some state for that. And I'll say, response, I guess. And I'll say set response to answer. And then from there, just some loading states. So if we can disable the button, if loading is true, we can disable the input. If loading is true, and we'll just show some stuff down here. So if loading, we want to show just like some really bad div that says loading, like that. And then when we get the response, we can show that. What did I call it? Oh, I guess I didn't spell it right. There we go. Get the response, and then if there's a response, and just show it here. Cool. And should be good. Very simple, just doing a simple loading state, keeping track of the input values and the actual response that we get back so we can put it on the screen. This would have been a lot harder to do with a server action, possible, but eventually you still have to probably do a client component anyway to handle some of the stuff you need from the server actions. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. Let's see what we broke. So I guess I should just add some more entries here. Oh, cohere. Why does it want cohere? Okay. I don't know why it's asking. So cohere is another. It's like a competitor to OpenAI. It's actually really cool. I don't know why it wants cohere. Let me just double check my AI thing to make sure I didn't do a import where it's trying to get cohere from somewhere. I mean, I'll install it. I just don't know why it's asking for it. It's weird. If it makes it happy. I guess it just really wanted that. That was weird. I'm gonna make a new entry. Cool. I'm gonna write about my day. This is a very bad day for me. I did get the promotion that I wanted. So I'll save that. I'll make another one here. This one is, let's say, this was a very good day. Today, my brother graduated from school. So we'll have another good one. And that should be good enough. I just realized we never went back and changed these cards. I guess we could do that too, but I feel like y'all know how to do that. So now I can say, have I been in a good mood? I can ask that because I don't know if I'm in a good mood or not. And let's see what we broke. Yes, you have been in a good mood. So apparently I have been. So let me ask you this. Have I been in a bad mood overall this week? I guess it's like, in its head, it's like, well, you have been in a good mood, but that doesn't mean you're in a good mood. It's like one of these, you were in a good mood at one point. So yes, you have been in a good mood. So you gotta like be very specific with it. So. The new context is not useful in refining the original answer. Therefore, the original answer still stands. Based on the new context, it is possible that you have been in a bad mood overall this week due to not getting the promotion you wanted. However, without additional information about your mood throughout the rest of the week, it is still difficult to determine for certain. So, yeah, it's just, it's right, but it's kind of weird. Like, you're not talking to a person. And there's ways to fix this to make it seem better. I can, for instance, do something like, where is it? I could tell this thing to talk like a pirate if I want to, and it'll talk like a pirate. Like there's really not much you can't do here. So you can steer it, you can make it do stuff, but for the most part, it seems good. Any questions on this? Yes.
There was just a comment that in your long chain / embeddings import that you would add / OpenAI to the end of it.
And not the root, and that caused the cohere. That makes sense. So if I did that, then it wouldn't have tried to bring in that one file that probably had cohere there. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why or who is in charge of their. So LangChain, they are mostly a Python shop. So I don't think JavaScript is like their native thing. So the way that they export their stuff is not how people do it in JavaScript. It definitely is like Python. So it's very confusing and just unnatural for me to understand how they do that. I can never remember any of these imports. They've already changed on me 4 times.
That part at least is very JavaScripty.
Yeah, that part is JavaScripty. Yeah, that part does make sense. Yeah.